Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the all-new Ford F-350 Lariat, and this one has the Power Stroke diesel. Before we get in this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Lariat Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'll include a link to that inventory in the description down below. If you have any questions, just ask for John Jenks. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is the 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now this is the standard output, so it has 475 horsepower and then 1,050 pound-feet of torque. Now before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now taking a look at the hood, you guys can see it's raised there on either side, and then you've got Super Duty stamped into the front. Now I've got the new style of headlights, they're LEDs, and you guys can see how they're kind of darker with this particular package, and then notice how the grille is also darker as well. I've got the Ford logo, and notice the camera, the bottom of it. Tow hooks here on the front end, and then we got fog lights, and then of course we got Ford's famous air dam here at the very bottom. Putting it all together, seeing this with the more loaded up lights and everything, it's a really cool looking truck. Coming around the side here, tire wheel setup is 275, 65, 20 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see the wheel design here. Notice how it's like blacked out there in the center portion. Really cool looking. Now here's a quick look at the front suspension on the diesel, and then you guys can see we still have a solid front axle. So we've got Lariat here, and then you guys can see F-350 down below, and then 6.7 liter Power Stroke. If this badge has some red on it, that's how you know it's the high output version. This one obviously is not. And then notice with the white there on the mirror cap, and the door handles are also body painted. This truck also has the side steps, and then we have the new bed side step on top of that. And then with the rear, still got leaf springs there, and then a solid rear axle. And then here's your full side view with the truck. You guys can see this one has the 8-foot bed and the FX4 off-road package. Now here's our key fob. We have our unlock function, our lock function, remote start, and then the tailgate drop down, as well as the Ford logo there on the back. But we'll do this to plop that down. First off, 8-foot bed, man, that is so spacious. We've got the ruler here on the tailgate, and then notice, got the little step that pops out as well. You can see all the plugins here for the fifth wheel setup. Then we've got some LED lights here in the bed and a full power outlet as well. And you can get bed liner with this. This particular one just doesn't have it. And I wonder if this has the automatic. No, it doesn't automatically raise like the half ton. Now here's a quick look at the taillights. I think they're really cool. I like how this is like darker in the center portion. And then we got the new bumper steps. Notice parking sensors here along the rear, and then you guys can see the Ford logo there, receiver hitch here at the bottom. We'll talk about towing capacity a little bit later, but anyways, there is the rest of the rear. Let me know what you think about the looks of the new Super Duty with this Lariat package. Now here's the door panel on the rear. You guys can see, just like the half ton, you've got the new trim here up top, and then you got the nice padding where you're gonna rest your arm. Window control right there, and then notice a little cup holder, and then look at the wood trim there. And then speaker for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. And then here are the seats. I mean, these look identical to what's in the new half ton. Notice perforated all down the center. I like the little piping there. And then you got the under seat storage as well. Now, being the crew cab version, we've got tons of legroom here in the back. Got a little storage pocket, some cup holder action, got some vents here at the bottom, and then we got some outlets as well. And then headroom back here is also good. And I almost forgot, we of course have the cup holder armrest. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see with the trim here at the top and then the padding down below, or maybe not because the lighting's horrible. But anyways, we've got all of our window controls here. Notice with the front two, those are actually automatic. Got your mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in, and they have the extend function as well, which will help out towing. They've got blind spot monitoring, and then we also have our memory seat function. Now here are the important stickers. So our payload capacity is 4,229 pounds. Now there's not a towing sticker. This truck as equipped though can tow 22,900 pounds. And then the gross vehicle weight rating is 12,400 pounds. Now here are the seats, really nice leather trim. You can see all down the center, it's all perforated. And again, you got the nice piping. Power adjustments here on the side. You got our parking brake right here with our pedal adjustment, light controls with the mirror lights. And you guys can see to pop on the outlet. Press it twice for the tailgate drop down, it's funny. Of course, got the American flag right there, and then the steering wheel itself is power adjustable. Now here's our steering wheel, really nice leather trim all around. You got the stitching on the center portion, some controls for the center stack. We got our cruise control, volume controls, voice command controls as well. Turn signal, windshield wiper stock, and then we have the new column shifter here. With the Super Duty, you got the plus and minus to shift the gears yourself. Then you also have that little manual mode there on the end. So here's the center gauge cluster, full digital, just like the new F-150. You can scroll through a bunch of different menus if you want, but the fun party trick is the different drive modes that you can go into with the truck and little animations you get for each of those drive modes. I think that's pretty sweet. And let's actually see if the diesel has the sport traction. No, so they got rid of the sport traction, because in the old one you could press the traction control button twice and it would do sports traction. Doesn't do that anymore. Now here's our camera system. You can see you've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn the steering wheel. You got the bird's eye view as well, and a bunch of different camera views, including like the bed view, backup camera. I mean, literally every single angle on this truck is covered from a camera perspective. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, we got a shortcut bar here at the bottom. You can see response time's really good. And notice we do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We also have a little side screen here as well, which you can scroll through a couple different menus. And then up above it, probably be hard to see, but we got the diesel exhaust brake here at the top. You got that for the camera, your hazard light, stability control, and then your hill descent control. Trailer brake controls integrated from the factory, and our drive line select here with our rear locking differential, and then your drive mode select. Notice we've got our analog controls for the radio, climate system as well, dual zone climate with heated and cooled seats, as well as a heated steering wheel. Looks like Ford's brought it back. Anyways, you can see the wood trim that covers that. Notice the wireless phone charging pad and some USBs. And then here in the center console, got some cup holder action, and then obviously some space because you have column shifter. And then look at this center console. This is actually different. Like, it looks completely different from the F-150 center console. Interesting, but it's absolutely enormous. Like, goes down forever, that is for sure. Anyways, got glove boxes. Notice the gray trim there, and then you got the nice padding here on the dash. And this is actually different from the F-150 too. The dash design here is a little bit different here on the Super Duty. That is interesting. And then up top we do have the power sliding rear window. And then we got 6 auxiliary switches for all the different items that you'd want to add to the truck. And this one doesn't have a sunroof, but you can add one. So here's our window sticker for this particular Lariat. You guys can see that this one is obviously a 2023, but pretty dang loaded up. So Sport Appearance Package, that's what gives it the really cool look on the outside for those of you that are wondering. But anyways, base MSRP $64,990. After all options, this one stickers for $84,460. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors. Just do a blind spot monitoring, then throughout the rest of the rear, and well, let us set off. Super excited. This is my first time in the new Super Duty with the Power Stroke, and I might be able to post a video on the high output pretty soon, or film a video rather, because there might be one coming in pretty soon. So I'm excited about that. So that's another reason for you guys to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, so that you can see the video on the high output version when that comes out. But see if this one drives any different compared to the previous Super Duty. First off, definitely feels large and in charge. Long bed diesel, definitely a big pickup truck, that is for sure. I love how smooth this engine is. I just drove the new Duramax the other day, and I have to say, like, the new Duramax and the new Power Stroke, they're both so refined, especially when compared to the Ram Cummins. It's such a night and day difference, that is for sure. And speaking of Chevys, that's the new 6.6 gas. So hey, there's another reason to subscribe. I'm filming that one today too, at least that's the plan. I'm just giving you guys a bunch of little things. But yeah, seat comfort's really good in this Lariat. I mean, again, this has like all the benefits of the new half ton, pretty much. So like, you've got the same interior, and so it feels a lot more modern. Love the new gauge cluster look, obviously. Man, I mean, here's the deal. In the new Duramax, you can go full throttle. In the Cummins, yeah, you can definitely go full throttle. That thing's not quick. It's got a lot of torque though. In this thing, you can't. It just, like, it has so much power and so much torque. And again, this is the standard output. You have to like remember that this isn't the high output, this is the standard output. So like Ford did not need to, and I need to repeat this several times, did not need to make a high output power stroke, because like this truck is already ridiculous as it stands, but for some reason they did. So like if you're a reasonable human being like me, like this is honestly, it's more than enough. It's like, it's overkill already. So I mean, I'll see if my opinion changes when I drive the new high output power stroke, but like, I mean, compared to the Ram Cummins and the Duramax, this thing just has so much power. Again, the Duramax has similar horsepower, 470 versus this 475, but this has 1,050 versus 975 in the new Duramax. And so like, Ford's regular engine is king when it comes to power. But let me know what you guys think about this this package on this Lariat. Do you think this is like the perfect spec, or is there anything that you'd change on it?